Hey Virgo, how's it going? Welcome to your March 2021 reading. I hope you've had a wonderful February. And how wonderful that March is here. It's so bright and beautiful now, isn't it? The air is filling with hope again. It's just so gorgeous. It's exactly what we need to bring us out of this fog that we've all been in for the last year. And it has been a year, hasn't it? It's been a long time. Right, so welcome any new people and thank you for joining me. So, as usual, here's the mantra. I've meditated and I've taken the jumpers for this read and they're laid out waiting to be read. Before I start the read, I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards to see if I can't frame this off, perhaps get a bit more in depth, and then we'll start. Yeah, March, absolutely wonderful. I'm so glad the weather's improved. It makes such a difference to everyone. And in fact, I can feel the vibe when I go out, obviously with my mask on, with restrictions in place. But I can feel the vibe lifting. It's just there's a bit more hope out there, which is just wonderful. Right, I'm going to persevere. I do want a couple of cards here, just to see if I can't get a bit more information on this read. But something's wrapping up here for you, Virgo. Something's coming to an end, which is probably a good thing. But that's sort of the gist of it. And as always, you know, it is a general read, so, you know, just please take the parts that resonate with you and leave the rest. Just use the parts that you can use to improve anything for yourself going forward and use them as stepping stones. There you go, there's one. I'll get that in a minute. I'd like another one though, please, Virgo, so just a wee bit of patience if you don't mind. There you go. Actually, that's good advice, that one that's flipped over on the table. But bear with me, and I'm going to just retrieve the one that's fallen here. Exchanging gifts you've got here. And it's a number 27, which reduces to a 9. So again, it's nearing the end of something. It's almost a wrap, but it's exchanging gifts. I would imagine this is to do with knowledge and experiences, and perhaps not going it so solo, you know, bring some other people, some other energy into your sphere. And then we've got chopped wood. Chopped wood is going back to basics. It's keeping it simple. It's seeing the wood for the trees, if you like. So yeah, keeping it simple and don't overanalyze. Chop wood. Good advice at any stage of the year, at any time of life. Keep it simple. Right, so overarching energy here, we've got the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands, there you go, nearing completion again. So you're nearing the end of something, and I'm glad you are, because it feels like you've had a bit of conflict, inner conflict going on here. Perhaps loss of confidence in some respect. So that's the overarching. We've got the 5 of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So the 5 of Cups tells me that there's change coming, and perhaps there is going to be some mild disruption, and this can cause a bit of conflict for you. Disruption is always a tough one to get through anyway, so you're bound to be in conflict with yourself over it. Personally, I'm no good with change. I know it's necessary, and I know without change there's no progress. So if you bear that in mind, you know, it might help you get through that lack of confidence, the woe is me type energy, the victim mentality, if you like, you know, all those things that really don't serve us at all. We've got the Knight of Swords on top of it, which is you moving forward, but perhaps moving forward a bit too quickly. It's almost like a mad dash. I can't bear this. I want it done. I want it over with. I want it dealt with. Let's get it over and done with. And you're making a mad dash to get away from it, perhaps without dotting the I's and crossing the T's. So maybe you're going to miss something. So I would actually watch the speed at which you try and progress here, and maybe absolutely move forward, but take your time doing it. Now, the energy coming in, it tells me, I mean, the Knight there tells me that you're probably trying to move too quickly, because the conflict is still around. You know, the conflict is definitely still around, and this is definitely inner conflict. It's you trying to get past a certain feeling you have to do with the circumstances you're in, and without dealing with things properly, we can't move on. You know, as fast as we go, as much as we want it over and done with, we have to do it properly. You know, it's a sword, so it's a thought process as well. It's about going through the motions, sorting the wheat from the chaff, leaving behind what doesn't serve you, but instilling what does serve you into your present, into your moments now, in order for it to serve you in a better way. We've got the Magician on top of that saying, you know, you've got the power within you. You've got the power within you to create anything you want, but does it have to be, do you have to sprint towards it? Why not just take a stroll? Or maybe, you know, do run a bit, you know, do a fast-paced walk, but there's no need to go gung-ho. And the Magician is saying, yeah, you've got absolutely everything you need in order to create whatever you want going forward. It's about knowing what you want, but the truth of what you want, you know, not just glossing over it. You know, find out what you really, really want and then put it out there and put yourself into creation mode. And let's not forget, when you're in creation mode, it doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. You have to be instrumental into what develops, into what you want to come to fruition. You know, so it's Magician is an active card. You know, it has action to it. It's not just one of those, you know, we read all that stuff about manifestation, but, you know, you can't just say, well, I'd like this, sit back and wait for it to happen. It's not going to happen. You have to be active. You have to be involved in the process. So we've got, in the challenge, we've got the 10 of Pentacles. It says discs, but that's pentacles in the traditional deck. So we've got the 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. The 10 of Pentacles is saying it is coming to an end. This thought process, this feeling of, you know, how am I going to do it? I want to do it quickly. I don't really want to stay in this circumstance longer than I have to. Why can't it be done? And why can't it be done yesterday? That train of thought and that feeling and that and the lack of confidence that brings into you is absolutely on its way out. You know, that's the end of a cycle. It's going, and it's going to leave you with a decision. There's a fork in the road here, so you've got a choice to make, and that's your challenge. And if you get rid of all that energy that is disrupting your inner peace, you know, causing you conflict, know that change is coming. You know, accept that it's coming. Go at a steady pace, but know that the choice needs to be made. But yeah, the challenge is great because it's telling you it's coming to an end. So, you know, hold your horses, absolutely coming to an end, but a choice needs to be made in order to move yourself forward. We've got the advice from Spirit here. Advice from Spirit got 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, and the Hanged Man. Right, so we've got the 2 8s here. This is physical and emotional. So it's you, it's self-imposed barriers. It's self-imposed, I was going to say imploded. I don't know where that came from. Well, if you do continue that way, you may do. No, it's self-imposed barriers and obstacles, if you like. And you know, when you're emotionally imbalanced, it's going to manifest in your physical life, isn't it? So in order to eliminate these feelings, these obstacles, these limiting beliefs, there you go, the limiting beliefs that you perhaps may encounter, hang back. You got the Hanged Man here saying pause, hold on a minute, retreat, regroup, you know, take a different viewpoint, see what else is going on, expand your peripheral vision so the panorama can come into view. It's expand, look at things properly. And again, it's like I was saying at the beginning of the read, it's slow down a bit, you know, don't run before you can walk. And that's the message I'm getting from the advice from Spirit. You know, he's hanging upside down. He's looking at things in a different way. You know, perhaps pull yourself out of the situation. Take a bird's eye view of it. Is it so bad? Are you having a bad time at the moment? Or is it just the way your mind is working? You know, change your mindset and change your situation. I mean, it goes hand in hand and it really does work. So, yeah, just take a pause, Virgo. Be kind to yourself. Chop wood, back to basics, keep it simple. You know, that's brilliant. And of course, why wouldn't that have fallen out? We've got, in the potential outcome, we've got the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. Now, potential, I'm going to say the potential outcome is the King of Swords here. This is what I'm feeling. You know, the King of Swords being knowledge, empowerment, you know, having authority over yourself. You know, get it to, you know, rounding up your expertise, the wisdom you have, and to maybe give forward good advice, receive good advice. If this isn't you, this is maybe somebody that you need to talk to in order to propel yourself forward in the way that you want to. There's the exchanging gifts. Bring somebody in, bring the authority in, you know, get somebody who's been there, done that, worn the t-shirt. If this is a new project you're embarking upon, maybe something new that you're learning, maybe it's a home move to a different area. You can apply it to whatever is going on in your life, apply it in that manner and perhaps bring in some expertise, somebody who's in the know. That's going to demand, you know, you need patience and understanding in order to know that you need to perhaps speak to somebody else. Virgos can be very reclusive and very solitary, so do bear that in mind. Be patient with yourself. With that patience and understanding, clarity will come. So, you know, the advice from Spirit with the Hanged Man, pause. Absolutely pause. Know that if you are patient, if you do hang on a minute, you will see that maybe, you know, bringing in advice from somebody else is going to be the key here. So do consult with friends, family, trust people or trusted people, you know, consult the counsel is what I want to say. Your trusted counsel, your inner circle. So yeah, don't do this on your own, but definitely there is change here. Absolute change, but it needs to be measured. You can't just go at it like a bull in a china shop. So, right, well, I hope that resonated with you. I hope that meant something to you. I certainly feel that there's helpful advice there, and don't run before you can walk. Take it steady. Is it so bad where you are now? Think about things properly. Count your blessings. Chop wood. Back to basics, keep it simple. Everything in its good time. So it's a read that in general people really don't like hearing. You know, who wants to hear? You've got to be patient. You just got to be patient. You know, but you know, that's what it's saying. So I can't sugarcoat it, Virgos. That's what it is. But you're fine, absolutely fine. It's self-inflicted. It doesn't have to be so difficult. So just take it back to basics and keep it simple. Ooh. Too many fell out there. I won't take those. But I am going to go for one more. I know that one more wants to fall out. There you go. Right, so we've got the bee spirit. Sometimes life stings. Yeah, and it does, because that is life, and that's absolutely normal. And you're probably feeling that you're caught up internally at the moment. This isn't an exterior thing that is affecting you. This is internal turmoil. I think probably turmoil is too strong a word, but you're not at your best, and you're ruminating. It's analysis paralysis, if you like. You're overthinking things, and that's going to cause you pain. You know, life stings. But like I said, the Hanged Man is here, so come out, bird's eye view, peripheral vision. You know, look at what's around you, not just in front of you, because it all contributes and it all makes a difference. And the last one we have here is bring your ideas to life. And absolutely, look at that whale. Isn't that something? Absolutely bring it to life. And that's a really, really strong card here. But don't feel that you have to rush at it. You know, there's certain change coming in here in March for you, but it doesn't have to be difficult if you keep it simple. But absolutely beautiful, Virgo. And good advice there from the cards, I think. Well, my lovelies, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a wonderful March. The weekend's coming up. Have a wonderful weekend as well. And if you did enjoy the read, please like, share and subscribe. And I'm going to leave it there and say be good to yourself. You know, you really need to. And each other. All right, toodle pip.